Rob Grimes with the IFBTA, and today it's my pleasure to introduce you to Zhang Xu, who is the CEO and founder of Deliverect and also our newest global industry partner. So welcome.
Thanks, Rob. Really great to be part of this.
Yeah, by the way, we couldn't have predicted when you got started that there would be as much globalization in the food service industry, down to the point today where the virtual operations are out there and virtual brands, and yet you're still delivering, so to speak, no matter where they go, but it makes it easier to go global. I think that's probably another unique differentiation point for you, your ability to actually be global in this world and help somebody expand that way.
Yeah, I think normally when you start a company, if it's your first time, you create a software for a limited number of customers. And then if it's successful, you scale it. I think due to our backgrounds, having created global companies, we took a reverse approach where we said, look, we want to build that platform that enables not only smaller restaurants, but a lot of enterprise to go global, because that's the pain. How do you, help these restaurant chains in 40 or 100 countries with all these number of channels? Yeah, every location or every country has their own marketplace, their own providers, and as a restaurant,
not everybody can deal with every individual market.
Yeah, so that's one side on the selling side. But I think what's extra makes us unique is we also power and connect with pretty much every point of sale company out there. And that's due to our background, because you can sell online, but how do you get these orders seamlessly in your restaurant? And you could say, hey, you can easily swap up your point of sale, but I think
how many countries are you actively delivering services in today?
We serve now restaurants in more than 40 markets, but we can support them almost in 80 countries, right, with different registrations, with different laws, with different, privacy laws as well.
Well, you actually answered the question I wasn't asking, but that is a differentiation point, because a lot of people don't realize that in certain markets, they have different laws and regulations and how you report things, how you do, receipts and things. So you did answer that question, but I would just point out that there's probably a handful of truly global players in the point of sale market, but then region by region, and then sometimes country by country, there are individual ones in the market that dominate. And so if you think of 40 countries and then you multiply that times the number of actual providers that are leading providers in each company, even if you said that there's 10 global ones and then another 10 in every country that are unique but leading providers, I'm sitting here doing the math. What's that? 10 times 40 is 400. So it could be 400 POS integrations potentially, because you got to do the local people who do the local market and dominate as well.
Exactly. I think globally, there's almost 1,000 channels. So like on the selling side, like local marketplaces, bigger marketplaces, social selling, online ordering platform, and so on and so on. And on the point of sale side, globally, there's more than 10,000 point of sale companies that are meaningful, that are big, not the smaller ones with 1,000.
10,000 is a big number. And by the way, what's the definition of point of sale anyway? I don't think that anybody thought that online ordering was point of sale 20 years ago or 10 years ago, but clearly it is in fact point of sale, because there are existence of units that aren't physical, that don't have a traditional POS, and you become that POS.
So the reason why we started Deliverect is it's very hard to replace the point of sales, because it's hardware, it's massive investments, right, in time and rollout and money. But often it runs the operation in a restaurant quite fine. So this is really what makes Deliverect unique, is we're the digital operating system for these restaurants. You put it in place. You do not need to change your hardware in your restaurant. You can have even tens of point of sale companies linked to it, but we will make sure that's one menu across all your regions, all your restaurants, all your brands, and then you can sell them online in different formats, pricing, languages, and so on. So it's really the next, I would say, evolution of where the restaurant technology is moving. And similar where cloud point of sale replaced pretty much the payment side of things, company like ours, especially Deliverect, is that new wave of digital operating system of running a future restaurant.
Yeah, and by the way, I mean, as you're pointing out, it's not just the POS integrations, it's the payment integrations, it's any platform where the information, because you're providing a uniform, as a benefit, a uniform place for them to be able to expand, but work locally and regionally with what they need to, even if they have franchisees and things. You're providing that particular benefit to a customer. So you're giving them the global benefit. You're giving them the benefit of integration to most of the major systems that are out there. You're giving them the benefit of owning, what they do and how it gets out there. And you're, really giving them the benefit of being able to expand quickly through you, because you're going to stay on top of those trends and things and payment methods and things that need to be out there. Did I miss any key benefits, beyond that, of why you're different?
I think you nail it there, but that's why we work. I mean, Deliverect only exists 4 years, but we have over 32,000 restaurants, and we work with all global brands from RBI with Burger King to Young with KFC, Taco Bell, and so on. And the reason why is, as brand owners, they want to have that overview and able to do global marketing, digital over all their brands and franchisees. So we're powering that layer so that they have that overview and that info, while helping the operators to remove all the hassle of changing a menu,
Right.
operation sites, their product, and so on.
Yeah, by the way, I'm going to just focus on two things here. First of all, while you might point out that you're only 4 years old, it's not exactly true, because of your background and experience coming from POS, starting with your father's business, you actually have, I'm not going to guess ages, but 20 plus years of experience that are out there. Because I think you said you started at 13 or 12 or 16 in there. Yeah. But, you have all that experience behind it. It's really not a 4-year-old company. It is a 4-year-old company that is built on experience in the market that you're dealing with, and the integrations you have to do that are probably 20 plus years.
Exactly. I mean, if you ask the industry, they will say, look, if you want to support, for example, Micros RES 3700, who do you call? That's Deliverect. So it's because we have specialists, and even with NCR, every version of it, we have specialists in house that we know for the last couple of decades that is working with us to build these solutions out. So there's a lot of complexity on making contractual all these things happen, but as well technology wise.
Right. But might I say that you're not just a solution, a technology solution, and you're not just a single place to go to solve a lot of integration problems. But I think I heard in here, you're actually a growth opportunity or a growth partner for them. Because if I am some of the brands that you mentioned and I'm expanding into new countries and new places I haven't been before, right? You're going to make it easier for them to expand. You're going to take one thing off the plate, so to speak, so they focus on their core business and not necessarily all the things that may make it tough for their business to expand. And you'll have that knowledge and help them with that knowledge to open up, and let them focus on what they do best, which is pleasing the guests, their menu, and things like that.
I think that's one of the things. It's a no-brainer. Average restaurant that start with us grow within 6 months their top line revenue, total top line revenue, easily with 25% up to 50% and higher. And so you would say, how do you do that? It's not that rocket science. It's we allow these restaurants, once it's implemented, adding as many channels as they can. An example of customers, sometimes they started with 1 or 2 digital channels. After they have implemented us, they are going to 7 to 8 digital channels. And the reason is they actually don't care anymore. They can sell anywhere at any place. There's no operational workflows for that. So this allows you to really sell a lot more.
There's a lot of suppliers that I will speak to over time that will say, if you put our system in, you're going to reduce your expenses by this amount. You're going to increase your revenue by this amount. If I were sitting here, not interviewing you, but interviewing one of the restaurateurs, how would they tell me directly that they recognize that Deliverect delivered, on growth? Right? Because it's one thing for you to say it. It's another thing for them to realize that that investment in you really did deliver a return more than something else that they did. So what would they be telling me?
I think beside that, hey, look, we double our revenue. And today, sometimes a lot of brands, 40% of their total revenue is managed by Deliverect. I think that's quite key. They will say, cases where, look, we just in labor cost or wastage, we saved millions. So whatever Deliverect is charging us is peanuts in the return on investment that we are getting. And I think, we're a very open company. We have a lot of use cases, references. If you ask around in this market, restaurant will tell you the truth, right? We don't do a lot of advertising. It's very word by mouth.
Restaurants will do more than tell you the truth. They'll be very blunt and bottom line on what they say, right? In colorful language.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I've been doing restaurant software for the last 20 years. And you can ask point of sale vendors. You can ask every big marketplace as well as these restaurant chains. they will tell you the truth and vouch for us. And I think that's really a testimony of our team, and that's what we're really proud of. I mean, it's hard to win trust.
Zhang Xu, the CEO and founder of Deliverect, our newest global industry partner, and welcome to the IFBTA.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.